Give it here.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all. This is a world of capes and lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Tonight, we're talking all the early news coming out of San Diego Comic-Con 2018. My vagabond friend there who's never lived anywhere interesting, Charlie Esser. And,
hey, that's me!
And our special live correspondent from San Diego, Miss Lilith Hellfire.
Hey, y'all.
Or at least most of her.
I'm medicated. Leave me alone.
Oh, this could be a good episode. All right, everyone,
yes.
Buckle up. Buckle your seatbelts. Capes and Lunatics starts right now. Hello, and welcome to the Capes and Lunatics episode, what is it, 62?
Oh, 7 away.
See, oh, I am Phil, and as I say, I'm joined by Charlie Esser and the very medicated Lilith Hellfire.
Yes. Oh, we don't get to introduce ourselves today. That's
I already said your names twice, Avi. Go ahead.
I know.
Are you medicated?
I don't get my honorific. I feel sad.
Okay. Charlie, what goes before your name?
Actually, it's in the middle, but it's
I know. Come on, Phil. Get us it.
That's okay. It's okay. You know what? I shouldn't be that petty. I shouldn't be that vain. It's okay. We got stuff to do today. No time to wallow in my feelings.
Charlie, you're so vain. This song isn't even about you.
I probably think this podcast is about me, though.
All right. So, yeah. Charlie Esser has many podcasts to do tonight, and lots of news coming out of San Diego, or even before this week. Where should we start? Okay, me and Charlie were talking about it before you jumped on, Lilith, so let's get to the Titans trailer.
Teen Titans!
Batman!
Thank you, Charlie, for talking over that.
That's my one F-bomb.
Sorry, Rob, even though you'll never hear this.
Well, there we go. I think I spoke over the F-bomb, and so we don't even have to cut it out. So there we go.
So parents' favorite kids in the car just go, blah, 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 over here. Anyway, yeah, so Lilith, what did you think of the trailer?
I like the attitude, but Jesus, can we get some lighting?
Maybe
everything doesn't have to be dark and gritty. We are past enough.
Maybe we need the darkness because, I mean, I think we need the darkness because I think they forgot to paint Starfire.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't going to show the CGI for Starfire because it's probably poop. And they still want your money for the subscription. So.
Are they still...
They could still paint her. They could Ferragamo her up into a
No, we don't do that anymore. Did they do that for Gamora?
Yeah, they did.
Are you sure? They did a practical paint?
Yeah, she is fully painted.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. That is like a 6-hour sit in the chair. And Drax, too.
Well, that's why they definitely can't do that then. They're not paying a makeup artist 6 hours for that. Yeah.
It's DC. Come on.
I know, it's DC Universe. Like, it's starting to look sketch and suspicious as heck.
It's DC TV. Come on.
I'm just saying, they did it for Ferrigno. I mean,
all right.
That was the 70s and, you know...
And all right, Lilith, and like you, I appreciate the attitude, but do you buy the F-bomb coming out of Dick Grayson's mouth?
Actually, I do.
Isn't he supposed to be the good boy?
Well, they probably, like we were saying initially, they probably are giving him a little bit of Jason Todd.
Maybe. Yeah, but we're bringing in Jason Todd, aren't we? Isn't it like episode...
Yeah, we are.
Episode 6 or something is titled Jason Todd.
Let's not bury the lead here. Is Dick Grayson an insurance agent?
No, didn't they say...
No, he said police, right?
Yeah, I thought they said he was working as a cop.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. Really, the only thing I know is what's in the trailer, and I see him in a dimly lit room with a tie and an ill-fitting shirt, so...
Insurance!
I figured he's got a little Wayne Corp job, you know, he's got that ward nepotism, and, you know...
What, he's working with, what's that insurance lady's name? Flo?
Yeah. He's working with Flo and using the Name Your Price tool. Not Spawn. No, I don't know.
This podcast is not sponsored by Progressive, but if you want to, because I have Progressive, give me a discount.
Please.
I do not like Progressive.
I'll take their money. Shh.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say for online insurance, Esurance is the better product. I'm just gonna say it.
Well, Esurance is also owned by like Allstate, so
yes, they are.
And I don't care for Allstate's business practices, so.
Oh well. I don't know. I just want to be able to drive relatively inexpensively in New Jersey, which is harder than you might think. Anyway.
No place is more expensive than Florida because we have everything from 15 to 99-year-olds, and it is the DUI capital of the world. I don't want to hear it.
Yes, but no, the cost of your insurance actually relates to the regulation on the insurance in your state, and New Jersey is a very highly regulated state.
People.
Yes.
Feels like no adulting. We are talking Dick Grayson.
I've got a page of like notes here of stuff we could talk about. We're talking about insurance. All right.
That was supposed to be like an Incredibles reference. That's why I thought insurance. I thought it was like, oh, you gave him being a superhero. Now he works in insurance. Okay. That was my entire thinking on this pilot or this trailer.
But I mean, Lilith, I'm just scared about this thing that's going to suck.
I think it's going to be interesting. I hope they keep it to 13 episodes. That's the count we got, right? They're doing like 9 and then like the other ones later, though, right? Did I remember that right?
Maybe.
I know they're not doing the straight 13. I know they're going to break it up somehow. So.
But we're getting a Titan series. We're getting a Doom Patrol series.
We're getting a Hawk and Dove, Swamp Thing.
Did you see the one they just announced today? There's another one.
What is it?
Stargirl.
Oh no, I already knew that.
Okay. Oh. So wait, there's a Hawk and Dove series, and Hawk and Dove is
in development for the spinoff because they wanted a couple. They're meeting their quotas.
Well, they're going to spin a bunch of them out of Titans like that and Doom Patrol.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, you know what? I have never. I mean, I know Hawk and Dove probably has a huge following in the DC universe.
No, they don't.
I mean, they really haven't done much with them the last couple of years. They haven't been big since what?
They feel like they're trying to do dick babs, but you can't do dick babs with Hawk and Dove. I'm just saying.
I'm like, okay, you know, but maybe I sound like the guy who said, "What? You want to make an Iron Man film?" So maybe Hawk and Dove is going to be like, "Oh, that's amazing." Like the most I know about Hawk and Dove is literally from Justice League Unlimited, where they had that whole debating war versus peace and violence versus talking things out kind of thing, which is cool. You know, but even Cloak and Dagger isn't really playing with dichotomy. They're really kind of, you know, at least not talking about it. You know, so, I don't know.
You have the visual cue every week for the dichotomy, Charlie. Come on.
Well, yeah, but you know, they play with it a bit. I mean,
it's on Freeform. Come on.
There are way worse things on Freeform. I actually watched Freeform. And
Siren, Beyond. The list
Young
goes
and
on.
Hungry. Although my wife liked Young.
You shut your mouth.
Oh, you like
Young and Gabby alone.
Oh, okay. I've only watched like the 2 episodes that were on. I guess it's now the series finale. So.
Yeah, if you weren't there from the beginning, you can't love it.
It's very laugh tracky.
Yes,
it is very much what it is. Yes,
is it like a sitcom?
Yes, it's a 30-minute sitcom about a chef.
No, it's about a very rich guy and all the people who works for him.
It's actually Gabby Shelby.
Well,
it is.
But the conceit is here are 4 people who work for this rich guy, and he's sleeping with his chef. That's how I saw this show. It's like, okay. But like I said, my wife loved it. I was like, oh, that changes. She's like, no, I'm enjoying this. I'm like,
Phil Gelman. Calling Gelman.
So I mean, well, like I said, they announced Stargirl. So like with Cloak and Dagger and Stargirl, are they going for the teen audience here?
Yeah.
Well, they're not paying that subscription money though. So
Well, then who's Stargirl for?
They are pirating the heck out of that. I've already seen the forums. They're like, I can't wait to pirate this.
Well, just like so Stargirl, and again, this is one of these characters who's like,
Smallville did it better. I'm calling it right now. Smallville did it better as the host of Sadie Podcast.
No, she's like a lady with a magic stick, right? That's her thing. Like magic stick falls to earth.
That's what he said. Hey-o.
And like her dad picked it up, and now she's picking it up, and it's like, have a magic stick. correct? I mean, and hey,
It's Courtney, right? It's not the other one?
No, it's
I'm
Courtney. Yeah.
I'm not faulting Magic Stick Falls to Earth as your origin story. That's literally the Green Lantern's origin story. Falls to Earth. Hey, magic thing. Zap zap. You can do a lot of great stories from that. I just, again, it's, I don't understand DC's aversion to their Green Lanterns.
CGI intensive, and everybody still has a very bad taste in their mouth from the movie, and everybody that's involved in the movie, especially Mark Guggenheim.
Although we're getting a brand new they're rebooting the Green Lantern book with Grant Morrison's going to be writing it.
You know you're in trouble when you got to call in Grant. Like, save us, please.
And most importantly, Green Lantern is teaming up with Huckleberry Hound this summer, or is it this Halloween? This fall? Green Lantern Huckleberry Hound crossover.
That's about right.
Yeah, Huckleberry Hound is he's protesting the war in Vietnam, and John Stewart is the new Green Lantern.
Oh no, not John Stewart. No.
That's what they
wrote. That is a Kyle Rayner story.
You shut your mouth!
I guess they felt that Kyle Rayner didn't work for the 1960s for reasons.
Yeah, Lilith.
John Stewart doesn't either. Just saying.
Well,
no,
he needs work. He needs work after the Daily Show. Come on.
Well, no. John Stewart. Okay, so John Stewart works. He's an ex-Marine.
Or an architect.
Okay, so you have that Vietnam tie-in. That hey, I was over there. Don't say it's. We're fighting for a lost cause. There actually is this thing you have to understand about it. So you get that nice dichotomy again. That sort of Green Arrow, Green Lantern thing of like, hey, I'm Law and Order, and you're the hippie. What the hippie here is Huckleberry Hound, who is sort of, I'm guessing, playing kind of a Jane Fonda kind of role, maybe. This person that's kind of although really not, really more if Henry Fonda had been against the war. Sort of a mainstream artist who is breaking away and saying, hey, look, maybe this isn't the right way. I don't know of a mainstream artist that would be a corollary to
How do they keep writing books for Charlie, but I can't get a decent freaking Wonder Woman book? I don't know how this keeps happening.
Because I'm a middle-aged white male. I am literally the target demographic for all DC books.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sorry.
Have you read a DC book, though? Like, maybe that Huckleberry Hound and the Kung Fu Hui or whatever.
New Challengers. I love it. $2.99.
Yeah, it deserves to be $2.99.
Yeah, I'm not saying so much, but apparently, look, if you're the one that said why are they writing books for me, I don't know. I'm guessing because somehow they figure middle-aged white dudes are their demographic, and everything I've heard about DC says that seems to be the case. I have not heard a real thing of anyone saying, hey, DC, they aren't just for middle-aged white guys anymore.
But they are.
They tried. Remember, Phil? Remember we had to slog through that crap back on World's Finest when they were trying to be diversified?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
But hey, speaking of diversity, we're getting our Batwoman TV show.
That's right.
Well,
after
night.
What do you mean white? I thought it was confirmed.
Is it?
I thought so. I thought they said it was confirmed the 2019 season.
The pilot.
The pilot. I don't think we have enough money in the budget for a bat. I'm just saying.
I mean, it's going to be a Batwoman centric crossover for the other shows this year. Yeah. Although, except for Legends not going to be a part of the crossover this year.
Good. They don't deserve Legends' presence. It's the best show in the Arrowverse. Black Lightning and Arrowverse are just. It is, and you know it. Come on.
Yeah.
They couldn't afford to have Matt Ryan, okay? So
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's his schedule. Bloody Constantine.
Well, no, I mean that budget last year was really huge that they had to have FIFA sponsor for EA and FIFA. And they're going through that merger right now, so I totally understand cutting the budget. And they didn't use Legends anyway.
Yeah, but I'm confused because if they do the series, they're going to use the same actress they use in the crossover, right?
Well, they did change Sarah. Just saying.
Maybe because I swear I saw a casting call for
you did see that.
But I'm like, isn't it a little close to the crossover to be doing that?
Well, they wouldn't shoot it until like August or at the end of August.
Oh, so they don't cast people.
So they may not have cast Batwoman yet.
That's what I'm saying. They don't cast in the last minute.
That's why I'm saying I don't know if this show is actually going to happen.
It's entirely possible the actor is like the last thing they cast because the last thing they get because it really is literally the last thing you need. Because you need
not necessarily when it comes to a CW show. You do need that buzz and that hype. No, like CW is completely different. I mean, they cast Katie Cassidy as Black Canary before they cast Stephen Amell's Green Arrow. I'm just going to throw that out there.
And to be fair, they often they'll put out casting notices, sort of that as hype when they know they already got the person. Not for nothing. If they're putting out a casting notice, they probably already have someone in mind because it's not like Chris Evans, walked into Marvel Studios one day. Hey, I'm here to read for the part of Captain America. Captain America's are on the left. We're doing Tony Stark's over here.
I don't know if they have anyone in mind because the casting call called for women of a certain age of like any ethnicity. Sound like Lilith.
Well, maybe they're gonna change the ethnicity. So they were,
But that's what I'm saying.
God, if they take away another freaking redhead, I'm gonna lose it.
Well, hey,
redheads of every color and creed, Lilith.
Even in the comics, she has short hair and she wears a wig, Lilith. So it could be anyone who just wears a red wig.
Hey, they stole that from Batgirl.
I was gonna say 60s Batgirl. Yes. Come on.
Yes.
You want to get those books? Oh, okay. Oh, because it has the little kid's venom in it. Tristan is very excited.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Okay, we will go pick it up.
Ben Riley to make Philip happy. That's what we really need to know.
Little kid Ben Riley.
Yes. Oh, Ben Riley. Little kid Ben Riley.
I just don't think this Batwoman thing was very thought out. I think they're trying to use Gotham and the rights for. It just seems so haphazard right now. It's just it's something. They're creating some kind of loophole or continuity thing. I don't know. It's just suspicious.
Because I was going to say, do you think we'll ever get a Batman? Because, they did have Superman on Supergirl.
We're getting Bruce Wayne. We ain't getting Batman.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that's why we brought it up in Arrow. They're trying to cover their bases. You can't freaking have it, Marvel. You can't have it, Disney.
Well, they did have Batman on Powerless.
Don't bring this up.
It's his back, but you see it. He's there.
Charlie, what are you going to do with you?
I don't write this stuff. They should let me, but I don't.
What else is on the agenda, Philip?
Let's see. Got a lot of DC news. They released posters for Aquaman and Shazam movies.
Yeah.
And
those look good.
How
is it possible to watch a movie with the sound off in the theaters? That's all that I need to know.
Oh, good Lord.
All that I need to know.
You just need earplugs.
You and Marnell. Jeez. But okay, you're going to be staring at him, so let me ask you this question. How comfortable is it wearing leather pants underwater? Look at that poster.
Is it leather?
The aesthetics!
Let me make a point about this. Leather is only uncomfortable underwater when it dries. So if you're actually in the water, the leather is fine. And if you're wearing it as it dries, it's actually going to cause the leather to form a form-fitting structure around your body because leather stretches. So leather pants underwater really is nothing. Yeah, honestly.
I've never felt like leather stretches. It's very restrictive.
Oh, no, leather. Well, maybe you didn't have the best leather. That's all I'm going to say.
Charlie was a high-class dominatrix in his day.
No. Look, here's the thing. Leather is known to shrink when it dries, but it's shrinking because it has to do with what its limitations are. It will also stretch as it dries. Leather is very malleable because it's actual animal skin. So, and that's of course assuming it's actually leather and not just PVC.
Pleather.
It's totally PVC for the movies.
Yeah, well, honestly, apparently they have a statue of him in the orange and green. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the orange and green works.
It doesn't work on Momoa, but if it would have worked on...
Well, I won't even say
the actor. I'm just going to let it go.
I think if they had made it more like a golden armor kind of thing, like it's a chainmail, which it's supposed to be a chainmail, I think. It's like Captain America. And, I think had they maybe gone actual chainmail rather than scale mail, I think it might have worked out better. And if it had more of a metallic tinge to it. As it is, it kind of looks like orange plastic.
Yeah.
As all Aquaman costumes do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I just didn't know if it worked for. Is it Momoa or Manoa or Manoa? Momoa. There is 2 M's in it. Okay. I was trying to Google it today, and I just said the actor instead.
You should have just said Jason Momoa, and it would have got you close enough.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, but Jason, I'm not sure, but I don't want to fault him for the costume. Although I get the feeling it's going to be
the goods. They know where their assets lie.
Yeah. I'm not sure about all the sharks behind him in the poster.
Shark Week. Who doesn't love Shark Week, Charlie? Come on, you got to.
Hey, what's up, Arthur? Hey, Sharks, what's up?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Honestly, every time I think about Shark Week, I think of 2 things, which is Donald Trump and Chandler Bing.
Chandler Bing, I get. I don't know about the Trump.
Oh, well, apparently that actually is Donald Trump's thing. What Monica thought was Chandler's thing actually is Donald Trump's thing, according to Stormy Daniels. So, yeah. When I first heard that from Stormy, I was like Chandler Bing, you mean? And of course I'm talking to a computer screen, so no one answered, but it's like, okay. Good to know.
Wow. And it's sad that I know that Fringe trivia. Moving on.
Well,
I think I just lost my black girl after that one.
And we all grew up.
You're black?
We all lived through those dark days of Friends, Lilith.
You're black, but you're Native American.
I wish I could have went to college for free.
They say that. I don't know how true that is.
It is good to have a friend. Well, it depends on what nation you're from and how the percentage, but yeah.
No.
And anyway, you knew it was coming since the Shazam movie is coming. They announced there's gonna be a Shazam series coming from Geoff Johns and Dale Eaglesham.
Okay.
I mean, no offense. Geoff Johns needs to go on somewhere. I'm not the happiest camper with Geoff Johns right now. I don't really want him doing Shazam. Like, I have other ideas for Shazam, and it's not Geoff Johns. He's let me down.
I'll say this much. I was glad someone finally pointed out to me that that's Freddie Freeman in the posters, because I kept on thinking, why is Billy Batson standing next to Shazam in all these posters? And like the first time I thought, they're doing like a thing. And then I read, and I said, no, that's actually Freddie Freeman. And basically I couldn't see the crutch in the way the picture was framed.
Okay.
That's DC's attempt at being subtle.
No, wait. Quick question. Has anybody seen Zachary Levi and freaking Ezra Miller in the same room? Because I'm starting to think they're the same damn person.
I have facial blindness of teen actors, so I really wouldn't know.
Levi is not a teen actor. Oh my God. Was
he on a TV show in which he played a teen at some point?
I don't think so. Chucky was very much a middle 20s.
So you're
was he on a show that ended with a zip code or some other town name?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or place. Okay. But so your theory, Lilith, is that Ezra Miller and Zachary Levi are the same person?
Until I see them in the same place this weekend, that's my running theory.
Heard it here first, people.
No ability to refute it. I agree.
Oh, and speaking of DC movies, do you see we?
Why? Stop hurting me, Philip.
That's DC throwing out all their stuff.
It's DC Day. We'll get to Marvel Day later, and then you'll really.
Yeah, the rest of the weekend's the good stuff. We're getting into all the DC stuff today. Yeah, the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Which Charlie had a brilliant idea. The name of it should have been Charlie.
One Bad Day.
Yeah.
And like there was this big thing. It's going to be called Joker, not the Joker. First off, it's like that's not a difference. That's not a difference at all in the name of your title. That's
if you're Mandela affected, it is. Shut your mouth, Charlie.
Joker.
Yeah. Anyway, but it should have been called. I mean, honestly, if you want to put Joker in it because you're really afraid people aren't going to go see a film about a clown man's origin that's not called Joker or the Joker, it should have been called Joker One Bad Day. They should have put One Bad Day in there because that's the origin of the Joker is one bad day. And you're going to tell us the one bad day without, I mean, it seems like just a bad way to. So
I should say
this have gotten so much nerd credit if they'd called it One Bad Day, and not even called it the Joker because we all know because we're the nerds and we go, yeah, One Bad Day.
That's just said, Charlie. They're not pitching it to the nerds; they're pitching it to the unwashed masses.
Well, and this is the first of several Joker movies. So are they
They're
playing?
make me do it though.
How
Like,
do you
they're
do
gonna make me
several
blow it
Joker?
up.
Oh, well, there's 3 Jokers, so we got to do 3 different origins.
That's what I'm like. Yeah, they're putting out a 3 Jokers book. So yeah, are they going to do like 3 different Joker movies?
As long as Leto's not in any of them, I'm good.
Well, we do
I
get
love
three
the cake.
Jokers
I
comic
told
book
you, go
coming.
back to 30 Seconds to Mars.
Let him be Morbius.
No, that's terrible too. But
What do you want to say about the Joker movie, Tristan?
They might,
Come here, so they can hear you.
remember that film theory about Joker being Robin? Remember that film?
I
theory?
remember that one.
One of the Joker's origin stories might be that theory. One
Oh.
of them was Robin.
No.
Oh, and if there are 3 Jokers...
well, that's the
having one of
Batman
the
Beyond theory.
Yes. Well,
But
yeah.
no- yeah. But Lilith, they wouldn't. What if one of the 3 Jokers in the book is the real Jason Todd?
I would die.
What if the Red Hood's a
Yes, we
clone
can
or
make that.
something?
I would love that actually. But they're not smart, Philip. You know this.
That would be.
Isn't
That would
the
be.
Red Hood from an alternate dimension?
No.
Where he was saved because Superman hit walls of reality?
Yeah, that was the Superboy Prime, but then
I'm like, why is he talking about Super? Why are you guys rubbing salt in my wound? Like literally here.
once.
Oh, he's coming back!
Superboy Prime.
After New 52, they just said, it was a Lazarus pit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, but that's like Brand New Day or One More Day with.
Why are you gonna
Spider-Man.
rub salt in my wound, Charlie?
Well, we all know it was Mephisto, but here's how it's explained in universe: is Lazarus pits and Doctor Strange. But no, deal with.
I hate Mephisto. He broke up my favorite marriage.
Nah, well, they're bringing it back,
Hopefully, yes.
or they're just gonna get busy together, which is what apparently they did afterwards.
They're common law. It's fine. It's fine.
New York isn't a common law state. It would only be if they lived in Massachusetts. There are very few common law states in this country.
Well, they're living in sin then. Oh well, kids.
Well,
That's Spider-Man. He's
Over
a
there.
real menace. I
and
tell you.
right over there.
Menace to morality.
Those are the ones I bought. The ones Lola bought are over there.
I'll give you that one for free, Jameson. Look at her being all seductive on that couch.
I can barely sit up. It's
This is why you people should.
just
This is why you people should subscribe to YouTube, man. Love Hellfire being all seductive on
chilling
the
with the
couch.
lights dimly lit in the middle of the day.
It's like, hey, let's talk some Joker. $3.95 a minute.
You're a mess, and I love it.
Do they?
I'm not the one heavily medicated.
$2.95 a minute thing still. I actually do watch late night TV, so I do know that those can still exist.
Okay, if you have cable, then you have internet. Like
It's not even cable. It's just regular TV. But who doesn't have internet on their phone if nothing else? But you know what? It's
Old
interaction.
people? Old
It's
people?
it's interaction.
cam girls. I'm just saying.
I was gonna
That's what I know.
I was gonna say,
Cam
I was gonna-
girls are more than $3.95 a minute, though.
Talk, listen to the voice of experience.
Well, actually, I don't really know, but I assume.
Sure.
'Cause,
I feel like that's not true at all.
yeah. I mean,
Oh, I watch Pornhub. I know things.
Actually, I'm going to tell you the truth. If you really want to talk to a pretty sexy girl, if you go to a strip club, pay the $6 for the drink, the girl will come up to you and talk to you for as
You don't
long.
want actual physical interaction. We're millennials. Hello.
No, but you
It's just like a screen between us.
interaction, and until she realizes that you're not going to buy a dance, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm going to go about," and you say, "Okay, no problem. It was great talking to you." And they actually
That's not how millennials work. Sorry.
Millennials,
trust me.
millennials are all disconnected. Look at Little Hellfire.
Just saying. Give me a screen and a buffer. I don't want to know what you smell like.
But the smell is half the
Anyway,
enjoyment,
get this
Lilith.
train back on the track.
That's where you get all of your memories from.
You're not helping, Lilith.
Because it's the one part of your body that is external that actually connects directly to your brain. Which is why if there's ever a real virtual reality that goes into your brain and communicates with you, it's going to go up through your nose.
Anyway, then they were announcing today that I guess Tom King is getting death threats over Batman 50.
See, look, I can believe it because it's DC fans, but at the same time, I can see that as a PR move.
Well, no, I think what it is like, because they were even trying to downplay it like an hour later. They're like, oh, he was just kidding. But meanwhile, at the same time they're saying, oh, he was just kidding. That's when they announced, oh yeah, you can return your Batman 50s.
Yeah, you know what? You know who makes death threats over comic books they don't like?
You already told me so.
Well, yes, but not live.
Oh, you want me to pretend I don't know? Okay.
Yes, Philip. That's what's called a show. Is that we discuss things before the show starts. We go, oh yeah, that's a good point, and then I feed into something, and you could have done it.
I think this crap is scripted.
Hey, you actually said, do you know who does? If you had stolen my line, I would have supported you. I would have acted like, gee, Phil, what's the answer? And you would have said Nazis do that and go into an entire story about how American Nazis threatened Jack Kirby and Joe Simon for Captain America comics.
That's right. I was about to say that.
Yes, exactly. But you had to step on my freaking line.
It's what we do here, Charlie. How long? 62 episodes and you haven't figured that out? That's what we do here.
I'm just saying. I thought we were trying to do a show. How did the Nazis threaten Jack Kirby and Joe Simon?
Yeah.
Well, there were actually Nazis in the United States before we went to war with Germany in World War II. And so when Joe Simon and Jack Kirby created a character who fought Nazis before we were at war, there were a lot of Nazis in America that took great offense to that and issued death threats against these great comic book writers. And if you are a person who is making death threats over to comic book writers, Tristan gave me a penny for that. If you are making
talk about cheap cam girls,
that's a lucky penny. It landed face up.
Ooh.
All this day, I'll have good luck. Oh, and he gave me a fake $10 bill. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, but that's the whole story about the event. And Theodore LaGuardia, much like this guy writing Batman, had to have freaking bodyguards. Of course, in that case, it was a case of geopolitical unrest throughout the world. This is people making death threats over the fact that they literally just didn't like an abstract story. And
First
their
world
explanation
problems for the win!
Yeah, honestly. Nerds, you need to do better.
People love Bat and Cat.
Well, not for nothing, but it's not like this is the first time toxic nerd culture has really been, like, being ugly and not a fun place to be. You know, toxic nerd culture has been getting worse and worse in recent years, and I don't really know why. It's like now we're popular and
incels.
I don't know why. I don't know why culture in general has been getting more toxic.
Okay,
Thank
you know what I hate?
Thank you.
Okay, no, because you use the term incels, and I hate that term.
I'm just kidding.
I know, but no, it's bad grammar. You're not an involuntary celibate. You're an involuntary. What's the word?
Well, they named themselves.
But celibacy actually refers to not being. No, you're an in-chaste. You're involuntarily chaste.
Yeah.
Not involuntary celibate. Celibacy actually refers to not getting married.
What's the technical term for high as a kite? That's what she is right now.
I don't know. She seems as straight as me, Phil. Maybe you're the one who's actually stoned.
Hold on.
We don't know. You're looking for mind and breaking the fourth wall. I don't know, Phil. Me and Lilith, we're trying to be professionals here.
He's Gelman. It's what he does. It's his character. He's getting into it. I'm proud of you, Phil.
Anyway, but no, I don't like the term incel because it is a grammatically incorrect term. It's like polygamy.
You take it up with the subreddit, okay? You go in there and you tell them that.
No. That would mean I'd actually have to go to Reddit.
Charlie Esserverse Reddit.
First of all.
They have a robot with red eyes as their logo. Who trusts a robot with red eyes?
I do. Kill me. Take me now.
That's right,
in
Kristen.
the world.
Where is a robot with red eyes? Terminator. Terminator is a robot with red eyes. Robots
have you not seen the last Terminator?
Trusted.
He's a lovable, harmless grandpa.
Yeah. But
yeah, don't leave him alone with your. Don't leave him alone with your maid, though.
Ooh. Get a Wiener Schnitzel burrito.
But man, you got to give Arnold Schwarzenegger credit. He knew he got all that out before Me Too was a thing.
They got something up.
Yeah, well, no, it's like, and
The poison.
For whatever reason, people don't go back to these things. And if you build up enough cred after it's all come out and you've done your own contrition, then everyone's like, we'll let it go. It's like Bill Clinton. He gets away with it because, well, you know what? I built up a lot of cred after the fact, and I was contrite in the moment, and it wasn't.
He denied.
What? Determine what the hell does? How do you define is? What is that?
Okay, well,
I tried to pull out my parents. I got my butt beat.
Oh boy, she's having flashbacks in her childhood home there. She's all medicated up. And she's like, Mommy, don't hit me.
Oh, goodness. Anyway.
Next, Philip. Come on, keep him coming.
But I mean, I wouldn't want to mess with Tom King. He used to work for the CIA, man.
Okay, I don't know who that is, and I don't.
The guy's writing Batman. He used to write.
Well, okay, I don't know if the CIA.
He was probably a data analyst. Like, come on.
So, like, he doesn't know the dangerous people. Come on.
Well,
data analysts do not know the dangerous people. I'm just saying.
Well, the thing is, if you're the dangerous person, it's not like you tell the guy that you go to coffee with that you're the dangerous person.
Exactly.
Pretty much, that's like the whole thing when you're the dangerous person is you don't brag about it. Like, who I killed today. That's like that kind of.
You were the one.
Matt Damon.
Exactly, it would make someone call the police on you.
All right, so do we want to discuss comics?
Yes, please. Did you get? I know it's Thursday. Did you not get to read any?
Oh, who me? No, I read the new Challengers. Liked it.
Good on you. Support those $2.99 books. I just can't do it.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. It's good.
Until the Fantastic Four drop in August.
Challengers are being manipulated by like an evil professor. It's like, and it's playing it out.
Professor. Now we know why Charlie likes
why do I like this book so much? Yeah.
Is he drunk as well?
We got Crunch's origin story where he's part of the Danger Street Dingbats. Who is naming these streets? It's not even like it's a colloquial name. You see it like a flashback when he's with his dad, and it's like, hey, we're on Danger Street.
Is that like the DC version of Yancey Street?
Well, this is in Suicide Slums, which is in Metropolis, not Gotham, because I always get that confused myself.
Murder
Alley is in Gotham.
Crime Alley, yeah.
Crime Alley, whatever.
Murder.
The Suicide Slums are in Metropolis, which makes me think that Metropolis has a real problem with wealth inequality.
It does. That's why you should watch Smallville. Lionel Luthor is the person he is because he grew up in Suicide Slums. Just gonna throw that out there.
But they never really focus on that, though.
They do, actually. They spend like 2 whole seasons on it.
Oh, but was it all flashbacks? Isn't it? Because every time I see Metropolis...
No, it's expositional chat, honestly, is what it is.
Yeah, so it's like, it's this idea that, Suicide Slums was this... It's like Hell's Kitchen, where now you have knitting clubs.
Chelsea.
You have knitting clubs in Hell's Kitchen now, where they got their little flaming biker jackets that are hand knit called Hell's Kitchen Knitting. I've seen them. Millennials, they love to knit. I don't know why.
Man, I had to get out of New York. I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
When the white ladies drinking lattes took over Brooklyn, I had to get out of it.
Yeah, but we get Danger Street in the Suicide Slums, and like I said, I don't know who names these places. And of course, we got a great little reference here to Sergeant Rock fighting Nazis, and his dad basically saying you need your crew. That Sergeant Rock didn't defeat the Nazis single-handedly. He had to have Easy Company with him, and that's why he is a Danger Street Dingbat. The Danger Street Dingbats are a gang on Danger Street.
Yeah, you close that book. You close that book so Lilith can concentrate. All she saw was that ad with Ginger Conan O'Brien.
Oh,
shut up! I wasn't looking at that.
But hey, Lilith, you'd like it. Crunch is the ginger.
Maybe the child.
But he's a baby.
Well, he's an adult ginger.
I like my men like I like my scotch. 40 years old. Thanks.
I thought you were going to say locked.
20-year-olds,
I thought you were going to say locked in your kitchen. Look, you stunned Charlie. Can't move.
God, this episode is a mess.
It's you. You're all high. You know why? I know this. We were done 20 minutes ago. You're hallucinating this right now.
I would totally believe that.
Oh, good
Did
Lord.
we lose Charlie?
40-year-old Scotch. Maybe. I don't know. He hasn't moved in a while. Unless he's holding his breath, I maybe.
God.
All right, I'll get this.
Award-winning podcasters. Can you believe that?
I know. We make it look so seamless. So since I know he didn't read Batman, did you read Batman 51?
I did, just to follow it up. I thought it was interesting, but it didn't make up for what we had to go through.
Yeah.
In the last issue.
Dick Grayson.
I'm willing to give this arc a chance. Is this a one-off?
No, because it was continued.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's at least one or two more parts. Yeah. Dick Grayson filling in for Batman while Bruce Wayne's in jury duty and ripping urinals off the wall. Because he's not happy, people.
I wish I could do that.
Rip urinals off the wall?
Yeah, I only have the one hand, so I can't do that for another 8 to 9 weeks.
You shouldn't be near a urinal, Miss Hellfire. That's in the men's room. Have you been in the men's room?
We have
Don't
unisex
answer that.
bathrooms.
Don't incriminate yourself.
We have unisex bathrooms. What are you talking about? We're not prudish Americans, bro.
Yeah, but... Oh, do they have urinals in the unisex? I thought they just had regular toilets in the unisex. Okay. So I was going to say, down here in the States, in the family bathrooms, they just have like regular toilets.
Anyway, no, I actually like it. It's just I feel like this should have come before the wedding because I feel like now it has this overcast shadow on it, you know?
Yeah, but I think they wanted the whole wedding thing so they cast doubt. It's like, oh, did they really beat Freeze almost to death in his anger and sexual frustration?
And Psycho Pirate still running around. Maybe he actually really did do it, you know?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, or it's even the after.
Is that the twist?
Or maybe it's the after, yeah.
Psycho Pirate, the gift that keeps on giving.
I saw some idiot online going, oh, was it Dick Grayson who beat Freeze? I'm like, no!
Hey, you don't know Dick Grayson's story. It can change on a whim because Tim Seeley ain't writing him no more.
Okay, Charlie Esser will not be joining us for the rest of this episode. He just messaged me, Wi-Fi hub just died on me. I'll talk to you guys next week.
He better not be live tweeting freaking the rest of Cloak and Dagger.
There's like 8 minutes left. Did you read any Marvel stuff?
Maybe.
Did you read Old Man Hawkeye 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you saw they did the flashback of how the Avengers fell.
Yeah.
Zemo!
Like, I get it, but like, that's not what I read Old Man Hawkeye for, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think they've given us like that whole like backstory even in like Old Man Logan. So.
I feel like they have, but like, just not as good. Like, it's very subtle, but yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed the artwork in that book this week, though.
What, Old Man Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought the flashback scene specifically really popped.
Yes. Yeah, that was most of the issue, was the flashback, yeah. Thunderbolts are traitors.
You don't say.
I'm like, how could they not see that coming? You're really going to turn your back on Moonstone? Okay.
You deserve everything you get.
I know. I'm sure you probably didn't read Tony Stark Iron Man #2.
No. I'm over Iron Man now.
Tony Stark brought himself back to life in the Bendis run, and now he's saying, oh, maybe there's something wrong with how I brought myself back, so.
Of course it is! You captain of bad life decisions?
Oh, wait a second!
And we're back!
You got a Wi-Fi hub! Woo!
Yo, I just turned on the hotspot on my phone.
Amazon, you're good. we were talking about Old Man Hawkeye #7. Did you read this, Charlie?
No, not yet. I've been wanting. I want to read Old Man Hawkeye, but I just don't have enough time.
They did a flashback to like when the Avengers fell.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
And it was what was the deal with it? It wasn't just it was the Skrulls, right?
No, Thunderbolts.
Oh, the Thunderbolts killed.
Well, Zemo organized a bunch of the villains, including like Magneto and a bunch of people. But yeah, the Thunderbolts were like supposedly working with the Avengers, and they double crossed them.
Okay, because I thought like was it last month they revealed that the Skrulls had a hand in it too, or
I
heard something about Skrull. Because I've only read the spoilers on these things. So yeah, okay.
But I love actually they had Zemo in there, but we got some Citizen V. Yeah.
You know what? That. If I ever become a real life vigilante, that's gonna be my name.
Citizen V. Why not? Yeah, go ahead. It's a citizen in your V. Citizen 5 is actually what it refers to.
I know. The 5th of November.
All right. So Lilith didn't read it. Charlie, did you read Tony Stark Iron Man #2?
Nope.
No.
I read Avengers.
No one cares about Tony and his bad life decisions.
Whoa, Charlie, I was telling her.
I read this.
Yes, we know.
It's got a glovable little lockjaw.
But no, Charlie, in Iron Man, Rhodey's all freaked out about wearing a suit now. They even, he's having dreams about being the cyborg and stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah. What did they ever do with that cyborg body? Did we ever determine that?
I don't know. But Tony Stark's saying, you know how he brought him and Rhodey back in Bendis' last issue? Bendis. Tony says, I brought you back okay. He goes, but I think that I did something wrong. I brought myself back wrong. But that was like the cliffhanger.
Is this going to be a Buffy once more with feeling kind of thing?
It's like, well, I don't have human feelings or something, you know.
No, it's going to be that their clone bodies are decaying and they have to actually get the physical original.
Well, no, he said Rhodey's good. It's just him for some reason. I don't know.
Well, he is the prototype, and those always fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tony, captain of bad life choices.
Yeah. And Charlie, we find out Jocasta's married.
To whom?
Aaron Stack, a.k.a. Machine Man.
Oh, okay. You know what really freaked me out recently? Do you know where the name Jocasta comes from?
Isn't it like
it's Oedipus's mom.
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah, I did not know that until it was a question on Jeopardy. I was like, oh!
Well, I mean, come on.
That is a lot weirder all of a sudden.
I mean, she was created by Ultron, who was created by Hank Pym. So basically, Ultron is Pym's son, but he used Janet Van Dyne's brain patterns to create Jocasta. So basically, he used his mother's brain patterns to create the woman he wanted to be his wife. Yeah.
Yeah, but then why would he name her Jocasta?
Because he's letting you know what he's into, son.
Yeah.
It's right there in your face.
Despite its ubiquity and popularity, there is a reason incest porn is not accepted in the mainstream. That's all I'm saying there.
Obviously, you don't go on Pornhub. I'm just saying.
Oh, no. Like I said, despite its ubiquity and popularity, it still is not an accepted. It's not like shoes.
Why is it porn every week with you people?
Because you wanted to do a show with us?
Charlie's like, something.
I mean, well, he doesn't listen to Wade's World, but you do Wade's World with me every week. Why are you surprised?
I know. Every week, people.
Yeah, well.
And I know no one read this. Did anyone read Life of Captain Marvel #1?
Not yet. I do want to, though. Want to.
Seems like.
So why do we have a Life of Captain Marvel?
It's
because there's a movie coming.
And true.
Okay.
And they're going like into her past and like as her childhood.
Is Rogue going to be in it? Because that's the only way I'm going to read it.
No.
All right.
Probably eventually. But they've got basically much like Disney had to do with Star Wars. They have to correct all of their continuity.
Yeah, I think they're going to correct some stuff. Maybe make Carol a little more likable.
Yes,
yeah.
Correct.
Oh my God! We have to mainstream a woman, so she has to be more likable.
Well, I don't know about making her more likable, but they just have to have a consistent continuity that makes sense.
I shouldn't say more likable. I'm thinking more.
I think she's a total hard ass, and I like her just the way she is.
A more fleshed out character.
Yeah, and I think that's her selling point is that she is a hard butt bitch, you know? I guess I can see.
And then drops the.
I love how you kick him at the ass, but he'll go back. Oh, Charles, what are we doing?
Okay, I don't know, but yeah, because she's a very tough as nails lady. There
you go. Yes.
Oh, proper.
Anyway, so that's all that story.
Was it any good, Philip?
Yeah, it was decent because I mean, for a while now, I've been like, Captain Marvel, but I mean, it's bringing me back. I believe it's it's still Margaret Stahl who's writing the last ongoing.
Okay. Clean up continuity. All right.
We got to clean it up.
Add to it also.
And you can dislike what they do, but the fact of the matter is you have to have a clean continuity if you're going to make this character major. That's the thing. It's like, and she has her powers from a magical wish machine. You want to sort of narrow that all down.
And like I said, the first issue is like going into her childhood. I don't know if nothing else, since the movie's coming in, they're going to be like, oh, here's a good jumping on point, people.
Of course.
Oh, and like
they did with Star-Lord.
Mm-hmm. But
now, if you want to talk about continuity,
yeah,
there's also a traumatic event with her family. So she's, since she's a recovering alcoholic, there's like 2 different times in here she's talking to her sponsor, Tony Stark.
Oh my God! Now I know they're messing with me. You can't be trusting the captain of bad life decisions. I'm sorry.
He knows how to give
other sponsor. He's usually pretty good.
Lilith, he knows how to run other people's lives, just not his own.
Don't trust a skinny chef. I'm a skinny cook. I'm just saying.
Do I have to go into that rant about the eating disorder?
No!
Hey, they're bringing back What If. Did you hear that?
Yes, a series of one-shots. It was very confusing. The ones like, what if Flash Thompson became Spider-Man? Didn't they do that already?
It's called the Venom arc.
Well, it was actually called the Captain Sparta story, but that was a small part in which had 3 different people who become Spider-Man, including, I think, Gwen Stacy.
Is that how we got Spider-Gwen?
Yeah, relatively. Honestly, the same way we got Jane Foster Thor.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't someone do a what if about this once?
Half of those old what ifs, they made their way in their regular continuity. Because they had stories like, well, what if Spider-Man's clone had lived? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That's
what ifs. They're fun.
Yeah.
No, they're great. And this time they're really going to play up the Flash Thompson as a bully angle.
Good. Never watch that away. Never.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Isn't he
honestly, I don't think they ever really did. That's why he's also a recovering alcoholic, and they cut off his legs, and they did awful things to that poor man.
Lieutenant Dan! You ain't got no legs!
Yeah.
Sorry.
Lieutenant Thompson has
no, please, whatever you're on, take it every week.
For another 6 to 9 weeks, this is what you got, kids.
Oh, good Lord. But, why are there so many alcoholics in Marvel Comics, man?
I don't know why there's so many alcoholics on this podcast.
2 out of 3 hosts may be alcoholics.
Really, Philip. It's called playing to your demographic.
Oh, Charlie Esser calling our audience alcoholics.
Just being honest, Philip. Just being honest.
Hey, as long as they listen, I don't care what kind of shit they're in. All right.
No, they're alcoholics because you can do an ongoing story about someone struggling with alcohol much more than you can do an ongoing story about someone struggling with drug addiction.
True.
So if you had that Johnny Storm as a pothead and he always revisiting the fact that he's a pothead, eventually people are going to be like, why are you telling our kids potheads?
Hey,
we're telling him not to be a pothead.
Hey, that's Lilith's favorite Fantastic Four member.
It really is.
Johnny Storm?
Yeah, we discussed this the other night, and you know who her least favorite is?
Oh, I'm going to assume Ben Grimm because he's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's why she's my arch nemesis.
Exactly.
You two are like complete opposites. Well, except when it comes to like drinking and stuff.
Yeah, well, and first off, are you going to tell me that Johnny Storm hasn't smoked weed?
I know.
He is a rich white kid full of privilege, driving fast cars all the time. You're going to tell me that kid hasn't, smoked a doobie in his day while he was hanging out with his poor friends at the garage? When he used to hang out with the poor people at the garage, and he was like, oh, I'm going to be here because I'm super cool. Johnny Storm, you guys all think I'm cool, so I'm going to hang out with you guys who, fix cars all day. Because I like cars, too, man.
I smoked a doobie.
I know the hip language the kids use these days.
I need that drop too.
Yes, that is Charlie's.
But yeah, I could see him as a pothead. He wouldn't even need a lighter or anything, man. Just
Well, this is the thing.
Throw it in his mouth. Flame on.
And he did that trick so often with his friends, man.
In high school,
man. Flame on. And you know what? It was the start of vaping because he would like vaporize the pot, and they would like,
"Do you vape, bro?
Oh man, you were awesome, Johnny."
Hey, this explains why he didn't know his wife was a Skrull for how many years.
Entirely possible. Yeah, wife was a Skrull. I just think he didn't want to know. Honestly, at a certain point, you're like, I'm going with it.
He was like, he wanted to go full Captain Kirk. Okay.
Well, no, but what it is because here's the thing. She was a Skrull spy who was intentionally a honeypot. So her entire purpose is to agree with her target and make him feel good. And at a certain point, as a honeypot, as the guy who's being pulled into the honeypot, you're like, well, why am I going to question this? I say, hey, I like to listen to...
That's not how women work!
And who wants that?
Especially if you got the ring on it. Come on.
Well, no, but I'm just saying. You know what? Wives can be very agreeable. My wife is incredibly agreeable. As a wonderful woman. Well, we have our disagreements, but the fact of the matter is she's, maybe she's a honeypot.
She's a Skrull!
Get her!
I don't know why the Skrulls are trying to infiltrate our podcast.
Those kids are half Skrulls!
They totally are.
My kids, honestly, I think they take over after the Skrull side.
I'm pretty sure one of them is at least half symbiote. I'm just gonna break that to you, Charlie.
Oh yeah,
Tristan is.
He wishes.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Oh, that was a weird thing. Who was it? Not Feige, but someone was talking about just how the kids love Venom. And people were like, "Oh, why are you saying kids like R-rated this movie?"
The movie's rated R, but yeah, the kids love Venom.
Yeah, but you know what? No, because here's all the Marvel anti-heroes are basically the Frankenstein, werewolf, and Dracula of the modern age, and kids love Frankenstein, Dracula, and the werewolf. For those who want to know, my theory is that Deadpool is Frankenstein, the Punisher is Dracula, and Venom is the Wolfman. So there you go. That's my breakdown of those characters.
And you get this stuff for free, people.
Yeah, but the kids love these current horror monsters. And yeah, the Punisher, he is a horror monster. He's a modern horror monster because he just kills people like a freaking sociopath. But he's like Dracula because he kills people like a freaking sociopath. Whereas Frankenstein is a monster that science made. And the Wolfman is in conflict with this other presence within him. That's why he's Venom.
What's that old meme? Knowledge is knowing that Frankenstein was the doctor. Wisdom is knowing that Dr. Frankenstein was actually the monster as well. Sorry. Tumblr!
Stuff's wearing off. But speaking of monsters, you said you read Immortal Hulk 2, Charlie? Or 3?
Yes, I did.
How are you feeling about that? I'm so conflicted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the Hulk. But this mashup of the genre is just kind of weird for me. I don't know if I like it yet.
I can't believe we got Hotshot, man, a character from Peter David's run.
Yes, well, that's what I love about it. Okay, first off, this is a totally a Rashomon issue. Okay, and who doesn't love a Rashomon tale where it's all everyone is telling a different story, and each time the story changes, it's a different art style. So you have this 60s art style for the cop who's like, oh yeah, it was a supervillain. I fought a supervillain. And that's what I love. This is actually, that art style is from the second half of the Peter David run when we got Joe Fixit.
Ah.
Yes, I recognize that immediately. It's the very thin lines and kind of elongated characters. I forget that artist's name. Didn't like him then. Still don't like the pastiche of his style now. But it's still, I recognize what they're trying to say there. I got so mad on the Mr. Fix-It run about the art. That was like the first time I ever complained about the art in a comic book.
Well, was that the one after Todd McFarlane?
Yeah. I know, he had to follow Todd McFarlane, but they have to follow Todd McFarlane. Don't try to go, well, I'm going to do something completely different. It's like, no, ease us into something different, you know? Or go into something that's more established. Don't go into this. Honestly, it was a very French style. It was very, very reminiscent of some of the stuff that Mobius did at the time.
It could be worse. It could be Agent Soldier X style. Oh.
Yes. Oh. But anyway, but that's what's going on here, and that's why you sort of have the bartender and sort of that gritty Las Vegas look there. And then we get to, I love the old lady's story, not just because she looks like Aunt May, but because she really, and what's funny is that she almost has like the closest story to what's really going on. I mean, I think the priest gives us the best, but even the priest, it's all filtered to the priest's own view of the darkness.
The James Dean, the James Dean's biggest fan.
Yeah, she was a Deaniac.
That's gonna be Lilith as an old lady.
Yeah, well, maybe.
He looked like we had The Rock and Jason Momoa. Yeah,
he looked like Jason Momoa.
Anyway, no, but I really loved this. Oh, and we got this thing with the green door, which means that we're going to be going back to the leader and his thing that brings people back from the dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like he brought Marlowe back, yeah.
Exactly. Didn't get that right away. You open the door to Heck. Heck's going to, doors swing both ways, to quote Hawkeye. Yeah. So I really, and what I'm going to tell you right now, I was like ready to because I read like the review, like, oh, 2 classic Hulk villains die in this. And then it's like Hotshot. It's like, really? Is Hotshot a classic Hulk villain?
Anything over 10 years.
Yeah.
Classic.
80s and 90s.
So I came in with real negative view. I had to buy it because I already put it on my pull list. Pulled it. It had everything I wanted. We got Jackie McGee in it.
Yep.
We got Jackie McGee's back. And we open and close with her, I think, because we actually close with her here. And she gets the call from someone.
Oh, yes. The call.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From what is apparently evil Sasquatch.
Ah! Why? Because of the sideburns?
And the smile on the teeth. And yeah, sideburns. Blonde. Dude, you got that much
sideburns. Blonde guys are evil. Don't you know that?
You know what I'm thinking? He said he needed Banner to look at something. I'm thinking maybe he can transform completely back to human. That's as close as he can get, maybe.
I mean, it's possible.
Maybe the Sasquatch side's going bestial, so he's like, oh, well, who do I know that's...
Yeah.
Maybe Banner can help.
Exactly.
But meanwhile, Banner's getting dumber as the Hulk's getting smarter.
Yeah. No. Maybe he needs to talk to the Hulk.
Oh.
Turnabout fair game.
I'm enjoying the plot line. I'm enjoying the story. And I was worried about this one. Solved my worry. So it's going. And hey, the new challengers are going on pull list next week. So there we go.
Uh-oh.
I'm building my pull list.
You're making a commitment to the challengers?
At $2.99, it's worth it.
Like I said, support your $2.99 books. If they're worth it for you.
Are they some of them going away? Because Batman this week was $3.99.
Yeah, I thought everything was going to turn into
unless it's Batman going monthly instead of every 2 weeks.
Sure.
Okay, well that's.
But wait, if we're doing the 100 issue thing, there's no way they have to keep it every.
Hey, that gives them a couple of years to get to that wedding.
God.
49 more issues.
Anyway, okay. Just because I do have to get to Maz and the final episode of Jessica Jones. If you guys want to keep on talking, I can say bye now, or you can call it.
Plugs.
Nah, Lilith's gonna pass out.
Okay.
No, I gotta go get ready and actually find an Uber. Oh my god.
Oh, after party. After party.
It's 6 o'clock. What are you people?
Oh yeah, she's on the West Coast, Charlie.
6 o'clock's when you go out for dates. Okay, maybe I'm old fashioned.
She's like, it's early.
You have to have her home before sundown.
It's 6 o'clock. She still has pants on. Come on.
Well, that's her. That's her prerogative.
I'm like Charlie. Anyway, that's right. Any of this DC goodness we've dumped on you, comics. Next week, Lilith, are you going to see Teen Titans go to the movies, or
Yes, I will go see Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Send us your thoughts next week. Teen Titans Go to the Movies to review. Woo! All right, everyone. So where do you send us thoughts? Capesandlunatics at gmail.com, facebook.com/capesandlunatics, at capeslunatics on Twitter, and the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. All right, busiest man in show business, Charlie Esser. Where can people get a hold of you?
I can always write to me in an old-fashioned email, whether we're miles and possible instead at superconnectivityblog at gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on the Twitter, live tweet, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Cloak and Dagger, whenever they're on, and I'm not doing a podcast at the same time, at Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser, like for the two E's in the middle of quality.
And Lil Hellfire.
All right, if you nerds want to talk about what a dump the DC TV universe is, at Lil Hellfire. If you want to keep it positive, happy, and full of swears for Superman, Save Me Podcast, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram.
And go find her for photo ops at San Diego Comic-Con.
No! You see me, go the other way.
They see you in that cast, man. They're like, oh, Misty Knight. You didn't get that cosplay done, did you?
I got the hair done. As far as I got.
Oh, okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again. All you drunkards, as Charlie Esser called you. For another week, we have been the Capes.
Ampersand.
The Lunatics. Although you guys know it's really only singular.
Hey, Lilith, my favorite X-Men book these days, X-Men Red.
After that, yeah.
What?
We'll talk.
Oh, about what? This week's book?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still better than
Losing
X-Men.
steam.
It's still better than the Guggenheim stuff.
Well, duh.
That's right. X-Men Red, number 6. I can't believe. So, Lilith, have you watched any Teen Titans Go episodes before you go see this movie?
I will.
Light begins to shine.
Saturday, it'll be a marathon.
Nice. Light begins to shine. Weird Al Yankovic, Dark Side.
Just make me a list.
Check it twice.